Control over emotion creates control over life. That's a rich mind. Have you ever noticed how some people remain calm, even when everything around them feels uncertain and heavy? Not because they don't feel pressure, but because they've learned how to sit with it, without letting it control their actions. They don't rush into decisions. They don't react to every trigger. They don't explain themselves to feel validated. They observe. They calculate. They wait. While others chase fast wins and quick recognition, they quietly build foundations, designed to last through time. People with rich minds aren't obsessed with money. They're obsessed with leverage, with time, with systems that keep working, even when no one is watching. They understand something most people overlook. Emotion is expensive, so they practice restraint. They don't celebrate too loudly when things go well. They don't panic too quickly when things go wrong. They don't allow temporary emotions to decide permanent outcomes, not because they don't feel, but because they've trained themselves not to be ruled by feelings. At some point in their life, rich minds learn a quiet lesson. Impulse feels good in the moment, but discipline pays over time. So instead of reacting, they pause. Instead of explaining, they let results speak. Instead of seeking validation, they seek alignment between their actions and their long-term goals. They don't argue just to be right. They don't compete for attention. They don't need to be understood by everyone, because clarity comes from consistency, not conversation. Rich minds protect their mental space carefully. They limit distractions. They avoid unnecessary drama. They distance themselves from constant negativity, not out of arrogance, but out of respect for focus. They know a scattered mind can't build a stable future. Another truth most people misunderstand. Rich minds are comfortable being misunderstood. They don't rush to correct assumptions. They don't clarify every rumor. They allow time to reveal truth, because reputation built slowly lasts longer than words spoken quickly. They think in years, not days. In systems, not moments. In outcomes, not emotions. That's why they're willing to look boring now, to remain free and flexible later. They choose peace over pressure, control over chaos, patience over panic. And over time, that calm compounds, decision after decision, day after day, until one day, people look at the outcome and say, they were lucky. But what they're really seeing is years of quiet discipline. Now the real question is this: how does someone build a mind like that? It doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't come from motivation. It starts with awareness. Rich minds begin by noticing their reactions. They catch themselves before speaking, before deciding, before responding emotionally. They practice pausing, even when it feels uncomfortable. They train themselves to sit with discomfort instead of escaping it. They stop asking, what feels good right now? And start asking, what still makes sense later? They learn to delay gratification, to think beyond the moment, to accept short-term discomfort for long-term control. They also become selective. Selective with time, selective with energy, selective with people. They stop explaining themselves to everyone. They stop arguing with emotions. They stop reacting to noise. Instead, they build routines. They build structure. They build inner order. Because when the mind is organized, decisions become clearer. And slowly, reaction turns into response. Impulse turns into intention. Chaos turns into control. That's how a rich mind is built. Not through money, not through status, but through discipline practiced quietly, when no one is watching. Because in the end, control over emotion creates control over life. That's a rich mind.